Hey guys, what's happening? What's up? You got the King of Games 98 here, and well, I guess first off, I'm going to start off this video by telling you guys I was not originally planning to make this video today, anyway. Originally, I had planned to make a new 5-minute review on a anime series that I'd never watched before, so it was entirely new to me. But alas, last night when I went to watch the fourth disc in the anime series, this anime series is a total of 6 DVDs long, and I went to watch the fourth one. Alas, it wouldn't freaking play at all. So I was completely dumbfounded and really mad and upset because since the whole series is a total of 6 DVDs long, you could basically say I was a little bit more than halfway through the series. And I really started to freaking enjoy it too. So yeah. This was originally going to be a 5-minute review about that anime series, but now I don't know what is going to happen with that anime series or the 5-minute review of that anime series. So instead, I thought I would make and upload a video that I've been wanting to do and thinking about doing on my YouTube channel, and it's been in the back of my head for a long time now. And that is, I thought I would make a video telling you guys the story of how I got into collecting retro and current video games. I guess I would call it retro and modern video games because, when, modern stuff came out too, I would buy it and collect that stuff too, but the retro stuff I collected, as well. Yeah, so this video is kind of just to give you guys a little story, tell you guys a story about how I got really into majorly collecting both retro video games and systems and modern day video games and systems. Now, I'm sure you guys who have been watching this video up to this point are like, why is there a Game Boy Advance SP and the charger for it staring, why are we staring at a Game Boy Advance SP and its charger the entire time I'm talking? Well, that is because this little guy started my collecting, and so I figured it would be important to show it and to document it, so that is why you are looking at my sky blue Game Boy Advance SP model AGS-101 with its charger. Nintendo brand too. Hey guys, sorry about that, I'm back. Okay, so yeah, as I just stated a minute or two ago, it all started with this sky blue Game Boy Advance SP. Okay, so to start telling you guys this story, we're going to have to go back in time a little bit. Not really that far back, but still, we got to still go back a little bit in time. So, the year was either 2010 or 2011. I was currently in middle school, and I was at Glen Landing Middle School. I don't remember exactly what grade I was in when this happened, but I want to say I was in either 7th or 8th grade. Not really sure which one. It might have even been 6th grade also. My memory's a little fuzzy, with the exact details, but just it happened one of the 3 years I was at middle school, and I went to Glen Landing Middle School. And so yeah, this is how the story starts out. My one, well, yeah, my one best friend in middle school lived literally right up the road from where I lived. And still to this day, as of right now, he still lives right up the road from where I do. And whenever the bus would come and get me, and then we would go right up the hill, because there's kind of a bit of a steep hill. It's not an actual hill, it's a road, but it's a steep road that it kind of looks like a hill, so I call it a hill. My friend lives up that steep road, and just literally 5 minutes away from my house. Like, I'm talking, he's so close I could walk to his house. I actually have, in fact, walked to his house. Anyway, so one day, I got on the bus came, I got on the bus, we went up the hill, I got my friend, Tyler Macon is his name, and he got on the bus, and he was looking for a place to sit, and then he immediately saw me, came over and sat next to me in the, I guess, two-person chair? Yeah. I guess, I don't know what you would call it, two people chair, double chair, whatever. But it was, or not chair, a seat. It was, those kinds of seats on the school buses that was meant for, like, just two people. Well, that was me and Tyler were in that one seat. And, so, me and him were on the bus ride to Glen Landing that one morning. No, sadly, I don't remember exactly what day it was, and I don't remember what the date was either at all. But, so that morning, me and Tyler were on the bus going to Glen Landing, going to school, and I don't really know how we got on this topic of conversation, but me and him started talking about video games. I don't really remember at all what I said or if he said something to me first, but yeah, we just started talking about video games randomly. And my friend Tyler goes, "Hey, I got an old Game Boy Advance SP that, like, I don't play at all." And I was like, okay. I was kind of thinking in my head, why is he telling me this? And so then he continues and he goes, "Since I don't really play it at all and have, like, no use for it, would you want it?" And, like, immediately after he finished that line and asked me that, like, my eyes lit up. I mean, seriously, what middle school age kid, if you straight out asked them, "Would you want a Game Boy?" wouldn't say yes? So my one best friend, Tyler, asked me that, and literally my eyes lit up. And I think I didn't even hesitate but a moment and said, "Yeah, sure, I'll take it if you don't want it." And then after I said that, I was like, wait a minute, is there some catch? Or I wonder if the thing even works. So then I started questioning him. I was like, wait, why do you want it gone or not want it anymore? And then he was like, well, to be honest with you, I don't really play it anymore. I have no use for it. It's kind of just sitting around my house doing absolutely nothing. Okay, I can understand that. My next question. Do you know if it still works? Does it still play games fine? Do you know any of the buttons on the handheld stick? Is the screen cracked? Is it, messed up any way like that cosmetically? And since you specifically said it's a Game Boy Advance SP, most importantly, do you have the charger for it? Because if you don't have the freaking charger with it and it's dead, you can't do jack shit with it. So then I kind of stumped Tyler at that question. Took him a minute or two. He thought really hard and then was like, yeah, yeah, you know what? I'm pretty sure I do have the charger. It's just somewhere around my house. I know right where the Game Boy is, but I'd have to find the charger. But I don't, and then he was like, but I don't think that would be a problem for me to look around my house and find the charger. And I was like, okay. So that happened the one morning on the bus ride to school. And then literally, I'm pretty sure the next day, I got on the bus to go to school. And then when Tyler got on the bus, he sat down right next to me again and had the Game Boy Advance SP with him in his pocket, pulled it out of his pocket, hands it to me, and goes, "Here you go, it's yours." And I'm still just like dumbfounded at this point, and I just looked at the Game Boy, and then I looked at him, and I was like, "Dude, are you sure about this? You know, and then I was like, are your parents gonna be mad at you that you just gave me your old Game Boy? Like, I mean, you know, I'm sure they paid for it, you know. Are they, you know, going to be okay with this?" And he looks at me and he was like, "Brendan, you're one of like my closest best friends, and considering that I don't really use it at all, I don't really think they would care. I don't really think they care what I do with it. And you know what? Since you're one of my closest friends, I want you to have it. Since you seem like you would get some use and enjoyment out of it, and quite frankly, it's doing nothing but sitting at my house." And so then when he put it to me that way, like, there was just no way I could refuse the offer. So he, you know, still handing the Game Boy, still with the Game Boy in his hand, Tyler, you know, had his arm out, you know, going to give it to me, and I just took it. And then I said to him, you know, I'm in no hurry, but if you could try to look through your house and try to find the specific charger that this Game Boy requires, I'd really appreciate it, because then I can actually start using it. And he's like, yeah, no, that's not a problem, man. You know, I understand, you know. And I want to say within about a couple days after the second day, when he actually gave me the Game Boy Advance SP, I'm pretty sure Tyler tore through his entire house. And I want to say maybe like 4 days later, he found the charger, realized it was specifically meant for specifically meant for the Game Boy Advance SP, and hopped on his bicycle. And like I said, you know, we only live literally 5 minutes, you know, apart from each other, up the road, you know. So as soon as Tyler found the charger, I don't even remember if he called me the day he found it. He just like freaking hopped on his bicycle and rode right over to my house, parked the bicycle out front of my house on my little out front of my house, just like not on the grass or anything, but just, you know, on the little area where there's cement, right out front of my door. Knocked on my door, and luckily I was home at the time. I don't remember if I don't remember if I was home with my parents or not, but luckily I happened to be home, and you know, I looked to see who it was, you know, through the door, and saw it was Tyler, and I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, wait, what's he doing here? So then that really got me curious, so I immediately opened the door and was like, you know, hey Tyler, what's up? What are you doing at my house? You know, not, you know, like real rude or mean, but, you know, I still questioned him because I was curious as to why he was here. So he goes, hey man, literally just a couple minutes ago, I found the charger for that specific Game Boy that I gave to you a few days ago, and instead of calling to make sure you were home, I just hopped right on my bicycle, I just hopped right on my bike, and I just rode right over to your house, because I didn't feel right if I did happen to find the charger for this specific Game Boy, and like I didn't give it to you as soon as I found it so you could start using it. I would have felt really, you know, wrong to do that. So here. And then he reaches his hand into his pocket, pulls out the charger, and hands the charger over to me. And I look at it and see that it says right smack on the back, I don't know if you can see that. Yep, Game Boy Advance SP AC adapter. When I freaking saw that right on the back there, I just instantly knew that this was the specific charger that Game Boy took. And then, to make it even better, right there, I don't know if you guys can see, right there, well, anyway, right there, it has the freaking Nintendo logo stamped on it right there. And so, you know, if I didn't think it was the correct charger for it at that point, I saw it freaking had the official Nintendo logo stamped on it and was like, oh shit, okay, this is definitely the original Nintendo brand specific charger for this model Game Boy. And so, oh my god, I was ecstatic. You know, a couple days prior, one of my best friends gives me his Game Boy. Didn't have the charger with it. You know, a few days later, finds the charger, then gives me that for free. He never charged me anything at all. Never asked for anything. Never asked for any money. No, nothing. Like, he literally, I guess, just wanted to do this out of the kindness of his heart. And that's probably one of the most, I probably have to say, one of the most amazing acts of kindness one of my friends, I think, has ever bestowed on me. I'll put it that way. And yeah, so that is basically the whole story of how I came to acquire this specific Game Boy Advance SP. And basically, after I got this Game Boy Advance SP, I basically started this, because of getting this Game Boy Advance SP for free and not having to pay anything or give him or trade him anything for it. That basically got me wanting to buy and get really good Game Boy games so I could play on it. So because of getting this Game Boy Advance SP, it like reignited my my desire to want to play and get really good Game Boy games on it, since I had the freaking handheld now that I could play them on. And ever since then, I've been buying and collecting retro and current video games and systems ever since. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. So, for those of you who don't, who aren't, really, really good or close friends with me, and who haven't actually seen my Nerd Cave in person, or who haven't actually seen my crazy, crazy video game collection, they probably wouldn't, you guys probably wouldn't have known this, but, at the beginning of the story that I was telling you guys, I was, setting up, the time period, when I was in middle school. Now, I forgot to leave out this very, very important detail that I, of course, wanted to tell you guys, of course, before I ended the video. Back when I was in middle school, I legitimately owned only 3 video game systems at that time. Those systems were my original silver and black Nintendo GameCube, my original white model Nintendo Wii, the GameCube compatible one that you can play games and controllers and use memory cards with. And then my third and final video game system that I owned at that time was a black 4 gigabyte Microsoft Xbox 360 Slim console. Yeah, so try to imagine, back when I was in middle school, I legitimately only owned 3 video game systems at that time, and that was it. I was only in middle school. I didn't have a job yet, I wasn't, I didn't really, get money a lot. Whenever I did, it was like either for my birthday, holiday, maybe if I saw some of my relatives and they, felt the need to give me some for seeing me. I don't know. But like, you know, so I didn't really always have, you know, cash on me that, you know, I could, you know, be buying up, you know, any and every video game system or any video games that I saw, you know, at GameStop, yard sales, flea markets, Goodwills, thrift stores, whatever, etc. So yeah, at you know, that current time when I was in middle school, I really had little to no cash on me, and I never really, at least I don't remember in that era, I never really carried any cash on me. And if I did, it was like for one specific thing, and I would have had just this specific amount, whatever it cost, and that was it. Like, you know, an example, like, if I wanted to buy, you know, some food at lunch that day at school, back when I was in middle school, I would have brought money, and it probably would have been that exact amount, however much it cost, I don't even freaking remember, and that's what I would have bought, and then that's where my money would have went. That was it. At that time, my parents really didn't let me keep any cash on me at all. They kind of just took a lot of the cash that was given to me and put right into my bank account. That was really it. Not that, you know, there was anything wrong with that, or that, you know, I'm, you know, pissed off or mad at my parents for doing that, because I'm not. But, you know, I'm just, you know, trying to give you guys a good, you know, idea. At that time, when I was in middle school, I really didn't have the accessibility or have, you know, the cash, really, you know, really, I didn't have the cash on me to, whenever I want, just buy video game systems that I saw, buy any video games that I saw, wherever I saw them, you know. I would, at that time, if I wanted to buy a new video game system or a new game, I would have had to go on and talk to one, if not both, of my parents, and it would have had to have been through them. So what I mean by that is, they probably would have had to buy the video game system I wanted for me, or that new video game that I really, really, really wanted for me. And chances are that didn't really happen a lot. At least for me, anyway, that didn't really happen a lot. The only times that would happen for me are if it was my birthday or for holidays. That was it. That was literally the only times I ever got a new video game system or any new video games that I wanted for systems that I already had. But other than that, yeah. So, you know, just to give you guys, you know, a good idea, you know, back when I was in middle school, you know, just to reiterate, I only owned literally 3 video game systems to my name. My original silver and black Nintendo GameCube, my original white Nintendo Wii, the GameCube compatible one, and I owned the black 4 gig Xbox 360 Slim console. And that was it. That was all I owned. Yeah. My middle school years of gaming consisted of GameCube, Wii, and Xbox 360. Yeah, that was at a time where I wasn't really into Sony's PlayStation, or PlayStation consoles at all, for that matter, which I really kind of regret that I wasn't, because now I absolutely love Sony's PlayStation. I love freaking... I love their PlayStation brand of console so much. Like, I mean, literally, probably the most amount of games I currently own for a single system as of right now would be PlayStation 2. I own about 130 PlayStation 2 games. Yeah, so... Anywho, yeah, so I just thought it'd be cool to make, you know, a video telling you guys the story of how I really got into collecting retro video games and systems, and both retro and modern video games and systems. And, you know, I still am to this day. And I still have that original Game Boy Advance SP that started me off with everything. And, oh, for the record, and for the record, I am still really good friends with Tyler Macon to this day. I believe at some point already in this video I mentioned he still lives up the road from me. He's only 5 minutes away. Yeah, we're still pretty good friends. Unfortunately, we don't really see each other as much nowadays because I go to college and have a job, and he has a full-time job. I wouldn't really call my job full-time because it's only a few days a week. His job is 7 days a week. So he's pretty busy, as I'm sure you guys can imagine. But, you know, I still try to talk to him on a regular basis, and, yeah. But, yeah, so to give you guys a pretty good idea of how much and how far I've come and grown and how much I've collected over the years, you know, I'm not telling you guys this in any way, shape, or form for bragging rights or anything like that, just to give you guys a good example. And probably after I'm done telling you guys this, I'm probably going to wrap up the video. So, I told you guys when I was in middle school, I owned literally 3 video game systems to my name, and that was it. Nintendo GameCube, a Nintendo Wii, and an Xbox 360 Slim. Well, as of right now, as of me recording this video, I own over 50 different video game systems. Now, when I say over 50 different, I don't mean every single video game system I own is different. What I mean by that is I might own doubles of the same, you know, handheld or console, and it might be like, oh, I don't know, in a different color, or like a special edition version of that system and it's in a unique color. But anyway, yeah. So I went from owning 3 video game systems to, as of right now, as of this video, owning over 50 different video game systems and owning over 1,000 different video games. Yes, that's right. I own, as of right now, over 1,000 different video games in my entire collection. And, you know, it's still growing. I'm still buying and freaking collecting and playing video games to this day, you know, of course. You know, that's just, you know, who I am. As me and my friends like to call myself, I'm a huge video game nerd. That's just who I am, you know. But yeah, so just to give you guys a pretty good example, I went from owning like 3 video game systems to now currently owning over 50 and owning over 1,000 different video games. Pretty crazy stuff, but yeah. So yep. I guess real quick before I end this video, I'll let you guys look at my Game Boy Advance SP a little bit better, a little more closer up. Okay, so as you can tell, well, actually, you might have a hard time telling. I don't know. Watching this video, you guys might have a hard time telling what color this is, because as I am looking at it in the video, it kind of looks silver. This Game Boy Advance SP is not silver. It is light blue, or as I call it, sky blue. And so here's the front, here's the back, the power button, the back, where the battery is, the left side where the volume is, and now I'll open it up for you guys. So yeah, this is the inside. As you can see, all the buttons are the original light gray color. None of them faded. None of the buttons actually stick. They're all very responsive. That's the screen brightness button, you know, A, B, control pad, start and select, and then there's your speaker. Yeah, and I'll try to get as close as possible. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this screen is like mint. It's mint. Well, I don't know if I'd say it's mint. I think it has some scratches and, like, you know, stuff on it, but like for screen wise, it's not cracked. I'll put it that way. So it's in pretty good, you know, nice, workable, used shape for how old it is, you know. But yeah. Alright guys, well, I I personally thank you for watching this video. Like I said at the very start of this video, this was a gaming related YouTube video that I thought would be really cool to make, and that I've really wanted to do, and it's kind of been at the back of my head that I really should get to it, to do it and make it at some point. And so I'm just really happy that at least now I finally was able to do it, and tell you guys that story, and show that I still own that Game Boy Advance, and that I'm still really good friends with Tyler as of today. And yeah. Alright, so that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and oh, I would love to hear everyone who watches this video. I would love to hear in the comment section any and everyone who watches this video, if they wouldn't mind telling me anyway how they got really into collecting retro and modern video games, or how they got into just collecting retro video games, whatever. I would love to hear your guys' stories, whoever watches this video. So yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.